comes Lothar's Auto Body 32 car. Multi-time track champion here at the Orange County Speedway. The 32 is Charlie Donald. Nostalgia Night 2018, the beautiful Orange County Fair Speedway. We're here with a driver that certainly cannot be considered by any means vintage or nostalgic. But this young man has had more laps in more different divisions, in every division here at the Orange County Speedway, than virtually any other driver here at the racetrack. We're talking about Tommy Meier, Waldwick, New Jersey. Waldwick Warrior, I of course call you the teacher's pet because of your lovely wife Mary being a school teacher. Tommy, you come to this track virtually every Saturday night since you began your racing career in what year?
1986.
Started out full fendered, straight stocks. You have been one of I think, two drivers that have had racing in every division of the Speedway, but you were the only driver that has had a track championship in every division. Looking back now, since 1980, almost 40 years later, do you ever think that kind of an accomplishment would be on your credit?
No, never. You know, I mean, we've been doing this a lot of years and a lot of help. And just, you know, things have to fall in place to win championships. It's not just a one thing. You know, you got to have good, consistent mechanical cars and stay out of accidents, stay out of trouble, and just run as hard as you can.
Let's go back to the early and mid-'80s. Whatever possessed you to begin a racing career on dirt?
Yeah. Well, I was towing a car here for a friend of mine in 1985. He didn't have a truck, he had a trailer. So, you know, we came here every week, and you know, another friend of mine said, why don't you take my car out, you know? And I did a set of hot laps, and I said, you know, I'm going to need to do this now, because if I don't do this now, I'll never do this. So,
had you had any prior experience in go-karts or anything like that?
No, never raced anything. No, nothing at all. Nothing competitive.
From the start of your career, Orange County's been your home track, your favorite track, no doubt?
Oh yeah, definitely my favorite. You know, this is where we race.
Now, you've seen the track come ups and downs. You know, the 80s, the heyday, of course, we packed the place here. Then the 90s, all racetracks started to experience car count problems and, you know, fan count problems, stuff like that. We're back up on top of the world right now, thanks, of course, to the newfound leaseholder here and the newfound incorporation, which is really changing this place big time. It's got to give guys like you such a great feeling to pull in here on a Saturday night. Now you see a new track surface waiting you tonight, a new grandstand across the straightaway. I mean, it virtually has put everybody on a high.
Unbelievable, great feeling. You know, so happy when he got started getting involved a few years ago. You know, he started first, you know, adding to the purse and making a presence there and some small upgrades, and now, you know, he leased the place and it's just going like crazy.
Isn't it quite inspiring, though, to know that the first object was really to take care of the drivers? You saw it 2 or 3 years ago with the Eastern States purse being doubled, the points fund, the huge insurgence for the points fund. I mean, you know that it's not just getting fans in the stands. He's going to do it by the route of coming with you guys on the track and make you guys happy first, because more guys on the track, more fans in the stands.
Yeah, I agree. You know, he's definitely realizes the cost of racing and helping us out, you know, and I think that's going to keep the car count strong and growing.
Of course, we're talking about the new leaseholder of the Speedway, and a new LLC has been formed, Orange Motorsports and Entertainment, which now, as of this year, has taken over the lease of the Speedway, 5-year lease, and there's no holding back. There's virtually no holding. We are told
sure don't look that way.
What you're seeing out here now is just a fraction.
Just the beginning. That's what he said. Yeah. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He was circulating around the pits, and he's got plans for every corner of this property.
That is awesome. You know, let's change hands a little bit. Go back to, of course, you started out in street stocks. You've been here, you know, nearly 40 years. Okay. The racing has changed. I mean, tremendously has changed. But you as a driver, the excitement hasn't changed. The competition hasn't changed. You got to get pumped up just as you were in 1986 when you first set wheel on the track.
Sure you do. You know, racing at any level is competitive. You know, whether it's a big block or a sportsman, crate car, go-kart, doesn't matter. Everybody's out there going as fast as that car will go and as fast as they can make it go. And, you know, it doesn't really matter. The competition is just as stiff.
Now, over the years, okay, you went through 4 different divisions. What has been the biggest challenge to you as a driver and an owner?
Keeping up with the engine expense has been a big one. You know, I mean, keeping that in check and yet competitive. With the changes in the rules over the years, the small block division got out of hand, you know, and a lot of changes there. But as far as driving the cars, when we first moved into sportsman racing, we made the decision to go there. I drove a sportsman car in hot laps, and I hated the way I felt in the car. I didn't like sitting upright like you're in a chair, you know. So we bought our own car, we cut it apart, and we we moved the engine ahead and we set it so that we would sit like a street stock type car, like a regular car. And I was much more comfortable with the steering wheel down on an angle rather than up flat. And that's how we raced the first couple of years. And then I transitioned into the regular kind of store-bought car.
So a true pioneer, even in engineering, that first open-wheel car you had. Were you surprised, really, with the changes you made in an open-wheel car? Were you surprised in the end results to kind of mirror back to the full-fendered feel?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were trying to look for. I like that feel. And I didn't like that sit-up straight in the chair feeling. And so we did, and it worked. And then I got some help from a couple of people to go modified race, and I decided I think we just need to get a regular car.
Has the Insurgents now, the tall cage seat back, kind of taking you back to those days, and has that helped?
Absolutely, yeah. It makes me more comfortable in the car. I'm much more comfortable, yeah.
Well-rounded driver. Where do you see us all 10 years from now?
More gray hair.
Or less hair, right?
I'd like to still be involved. You know, whether I'm racing or not, I don't know. We have to see where that goes, you know. But it looks like the Speedway is going to be bigger than ever.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Boy, you know, in this day and age of seeing tracks go under, fall to the way of progress, fall to the way of shopping centers and whatnot, to see this happen in downtown Middletown, New York, it gives you goosebumps on parts of your body you never thought you could get goosebumps on.
Yeah, it sure does. You know, I mean, we've raced for 30 years with the black cloud of, oh, it's going to be sold to a developer, and that's how we all went on for years, you know, and this is just the dream come true for the Speedway.
Absolutely, no two ways about it. Now, I have to ask you, here's a question that probably you've never been asked before in racing and probably never will be asked again. Do you believe in time travel?
No.
No. All right, now maybe I can change your mind about that. Can we change his mind about the essence of time travel? Come here. Let me show you something. Well, maybe turn your mind on time travel. Now I'll bet you got some goosebumps there you never thought you'd have.
Wow, look at that. That's the oldies.
That certainly takes you back to 1986, does it not?
Oh, yeah. That's probably a car from 1990, you know, right around that. That was definitely my favorite. And we raced that car 3 nights a week. New East Windsor here in Nazareth, you know, all summer long. It was great.
Charlie Donald called me a couple of weeks ago, of course, one of the biggest and most notorious street stock drivers here at the Speedway, and said, we want to do something for Tommy Meier, and we unveil it on Nostalgia Night. So, Tommy, on Nostalgia Night 2018, first time you've had a chance to see a totally restored race car in your honor. In your honor.
I don't know what to say.
This is your night.
I don't know what to say. That's cool. That's really great. Wow.
Will you be our pace car driver tonight?
Oh my God!
Sure. Never drove a pace car. How do we do it?
How do you like that? A pace car that's a race car. That's pretty cool. Hey, don't you can't get away on these guys though. If you're out there pacing that field, though, you can't like take off on them. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of like Gary Balloon pacing the field in the 112. So this is truly a historical moment in the history of the Orange County Speedway to have a driver that's been here for so many years at all the divisions of stock car excitement, surprised by a totally restored race car in his honor. This is what his car looked like about 3 years after he began his career here at the legendary House of Power. Got to thank Northeast Racing Videos for all they've done here this afternoon. Charlie Donald, big notorious street stock driver here at the Speedway, who helped put this car back together. Lothar's Auto Body, who did the paint work, and all the guys who had such a big part in making this restoration possible. Nostalgia Night 2018, it's only just begun.
I don't know if I can fit in there, Charlie.
You'll fit in there, trust me.
Big guy.
Charlie, you can.
Trust me, you'll fit in it.
You'll fit in.
It's probably the same seat, Tom.
Yeah, you know how to drive that thing or what?
Oh my gosh. Hon, I have to say you look a little older.
It's automatic. Yeah.
Moments I never will replace. Could not forget them if I tried. Won't you hold me through the night? Hold me till tomorrow. me till the night is gone. Won't you hold me through the night? Hold me till tomorrow. Hold me till the night is gone.
3 1/3 car. They made this car a total surprise to Tommy Meier. This is the car that Tommy drove back in the late 80s here at the Orange County Speedway. A replica being made in his honor, the only driver to win a championship in all 4 divisions of stock car excitement here at the Orange County Speedway. Tommy Meier began his racing career in an identical car back in the late 80s. Well, actually, he began his career in 1986 here at the Speedway. That car is a replica of his car right around 1989. The Charlie Donald family made that car just special for Tommy Meier. Tommy did not know anything about it. We had a special video interview with him earlier this afternoon in the pit area. We had his back turned to the outside of the trailer, and right behind him, they wheeled that car up behind him, and all of a sudden we turned him around, and his jaw hit the brand new dirt when he saw the beautiful 33 1/3 replica race car. Now Tommy is going to pace the field in that 33 1/3, and well, he joked about it earlier with $1,200 up to the credit. It's going to be a hard time getting Tommy Meier off the racing surface in that special pace car. So big thank you to Charlie Donald and the family, Lothar's Auto Body, the entire Donald Racing family, the Big Pit crew that made that beautiful 33 1/3 race car for Tommy Meier to pilot here at Nostalgia Night 2018 at the Orange County Speedway.
Hold me till the night is gone. Won't you hold me through the night? Hold me till tomorrow. Hold me till the night is gone. Won't you love me